Carmen says, can you please touch upon the role of single and split? Oi, 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 more things, including triple and quadruple split definition partnership. So there's a lot of conversations about splits that I've had in my lifetime as a teacher of human design. But here's what I'll tell you. You will be attracted if you have splits in your chart, meaning if you have two distinctly connected groups of energies that are not connected to other groups of energies, that's called a split. So let's say if you have a head and ajna defined, and let's say you have a root and a sacral defined, but they're not connected, that's called a split. You can have up to 4 split groups in a chart, so that's called a quadruple split. Splits get interesting to look at because usually what happens is, first of all, if you're a manifestor or a manifesting generator, your splits are not that important. If you're a manifestor or a manifesting generator, it means you've got a motor to the throat. Even though you have splits, they're not going to be a big deal in your bonding strategy. You're not going to need somebody to bridge your splits because you already have a motor to the throat. A lot of times you'll be most attracted to people who have gates that bridge your split. So if you have 2 different groups of energies in the chart and they're not connected to each other, if a person brings a gate that connects those 2 groups of energies, we tend to be attracted to people who bring that feels like the partnership completes you, right? And we'll say that we have that as an artifact in our language, right? We say, oh, I feel complete with you. When I'm with you, I can talk about things that I can't normally talk about, or I feel like you're my other half. Part of what's oftentimes happening in those configurations is that we've got splits and the partner comes and bridges your splits. You are complete all by yourself, even if you have a split. There's a lot of, okay, I'm going to have to go on another rant. Get ready, Kristen. Here we go. Jamie, buckle up. There's a lot of conversation in the traditional human design community about splits, and it's not nice. And it basically sort of lays it out that if you have a split, you're going to have a terrible life for the rest of your life. You're always going to be flopping around trying to unify all the parts of who you are. Maybe, probably not. I like to think of splits like this. You're a diamond. You have a lot of facets. You're not always going to be flashing all of those facets depending on what light you're in, depending on where you are. If you ever had a diamond, you know, when you go to the jewelry shop, they've got that really nice low lighting that makes every diamond look like it's a 10-carat diamond, right? And it's really sparkly and shiny. If you go outside in the sunshine, not necessarily so much. So how you shine is going to depend on where you are, how you feel, what kind of environment you're in. Are you dysfunctional because you're split? No. Do you have a lot of different parts of your personality? Yes. Does that make putting furniture in your house complicated? Because one part of you likes, antique furniture and the other part of you like mid-century modern? Yeah, probably. It'll be interesting. But what that really just means is that you've got a lot of parts of your personality. What you really want is a partner who loves you for who you are. Don't worry about whether their gates bridge your splits. Find someone who really sees you and loves you for who you are. I cannot get into this whole, here's the thing. If you're building your entire relationship on electromagnetics, you're going to end up with a problem in the relationship. If you're looking for what's the partner that has this gate that bridges my splits, or you're only basing your relationship program, your relationship dynamic on your electromagnetics, the place where you're attracted to each other, you're missing the point. We can be attracted to people. We can be attracted to people who bridge our splits. But really, that's mechanical. And a relationship is only mechanical for a short period of time. We're attracted, we enjoy the attraction, and then about a year or 2 in, we're done with the attraction because all the other stuff, the healing parts of the relationship comes up. And suddenly our partner's starting to act like our mom or our dad, or suddenly all of our stuff gets triggered, or we see a pattern that we keep emerging into every time we go into a relationship. That stuff comes up once the attraction piece wears off, because that's the work of the relationship. And that work of the relationship ultimately invites us into really learning to love and accept someone for who they are, even if they have quadruple splits. So do the work of the relationship. And that starts first with love yourself first and value yourself first. So you walk into that relationship with healthy boundaries and healthy expectations. And if those expectations get violated or broken, then go back and redraw them or leave because you deserve better than that. Recognize that the mechanics of how you're attracted to someone don't make the relationship guaranteed. They attract you to each other, but they do not make or ensure or guarantee that this is a great relationship. It's why I never tell people, don't date by design. Don't date by design. Fall in love with someone who loves you for who you are, who respects you and honors you and values you. And to get that, you have to do that for yourself first. That Don't let human design run the show in that respect anyway.